Now, before we get into today's video, I want to give a big special thank you to today's video sponsor, AG1. So, what is AG1? It's a comprehensive, convenient daily nutrition with 75 vitamins, minerals, and whole food sourced ingredients. It's made for just about everybody. Now, let me show you how quick and easy you can make this part of your daily routine. Grab you a scoop of AG1 and dump it in to your glass. Then pour in about 8 ounces of water. Close it up, shake it up. This part you're waiting for, right? Am I really going to drink it? Of course I'm really going to drink it. I've been drinking this stuff for over a month now. Now, one of the big questions most people have, myself included, is what does it taste like? That is a complicated question, but I'm going to simplify it by saying this. It has an earthy taste, of course, because it's green, but they have somehow incorporated a really light and pleasant fruity flavor to it. This actually tastes really good. So now I'm going to read some of the important facts off of the package to you guys. It's got daily support for energy and immune system, gut health and digestion, liver function, hormone function, brain and neural function, vegetarian, vegan, paleo, keto, low carb friendly, and here's the best part, I think you're going to love this. There are absolutely no GMOs, gluten, dairy, corn, egg or peanuts, lactose, sucrose, animal byproducts, herbicides or pesticides, artificial colors, flavors, preservatives, or sweeteners. If you know me, and some of you have met me out there, you know that I'm always running towards coffee, soda, hamburgers, and pizza. My diet is not optimal. My doctor is not happy. Since starting this new regimen of mine, I'm taking the AG1 and I am going out on a bicycle and riding for a couple miles. Nothing serious, doesn't take a lot of time, but I have noticed a couple things. Without running for the coffee pot in the morning or grabbing a soda out of the refrigerator, I have the same energy that I had before without all of that added stuff. Also, focus. I am way more focused and my stamina has gone through the roof. Click the link below this video and you can get a 1-year supply of immune-supporting vitamin D3K2 and 5 travel packs free with your first purchase. Guys, you can't put a price tag on your own health, right? So click that link below. And again, thank you to AG1 for sponsoring today's video. So today's goal is to finish this 2014 Kia Forte EX. I think we're really, really close to having this car done, and I am excited to get it up for sale. I've got my detail guys on the way to get this thing all cleaned up inside and out, but there's a few things we got to do to finish up this project before it's ready to go down the road. And here's what I've got. I've been driving the car. I've probably put over 250 miles on it. It is doing absolutely great, but occasionally I still feel a slight misfire. Every now and again, I've got the wideband OEM oxygen sensor that has gone bad. This is very important. Also, the car has 130,000 miles on it. I don't think the spark plugs have ever been done, so we're going to do the plugs as well. Oops, I about dropped them. That would have been bad. Next, we're going to do the air filter. That's important, and the windshield wipers could use replaced, so we're going to do that while we're in there. So to get started, I think I'm going to start right up here, right up top with the spark plugs. Pop this cover off. There we go. Move it out of the way. Now we've got what looks like 4 10mm bolts to get the coil packs off. I am very curious to see what these spark plugs look like. Now I don't see any reason to disconnect the plugs from the coils. I think they'll be just fine, leaving them just as they are, taking each bolt out and pulling the coils and putting them to the side. We'll see though, if we have to take them off, we absolutely will. And number 1, and there's no oil. That's very good. It's very, very good to see that there's no oil on it. Let's get number 2 and hope that it is also equally as dry. Here comes number 2. No oil on that one either. So far, we are doing really, really well. Let's check number 3. Also dry, no oil, very nice. And last but not least, oh, this one's gonna be, there has to be one, doesn't there? There has to be one that wants to be a pain. How do you even? There we go. Number 4 is out. Let's get these spark plugs out. All right, I got all the spark plugs out, and you're not going to be able to see this on the GoPro. The GoPro just doesn't, it can't focus like a real camera can. So I'm going to go ahead and insert a picture right here to show you guys exactly what these look like. And I think you'll be pretty quick to agree with me that this is probably the biggest part of this car's problem. So the spark plugs have been changed. This car calls for iridium spark plugs, and it has Autolite XPs. If I'm not mistaken, and I could be wrong, Autolite XPs, I believe, are platinum spark plugs. The electrodes don't look anything like the iridiums. The iridiums are super thin and straight. These are kind of thicker, and they're definitely severely worn out. So putting these iridium plugs in is probably going to make a world of difference. And then when we put in that new oxygen sensor and clear the codes, I'm telling you, I'm already getting 31 miles a gallon out of eco mode, no eco mode, with the air conditioning running, 31 miles a gallon. This thing's supposed to get 37 on the highway. So we're already getting fantastic fuel economy out of this car. I think this is going to make it even better. All right, we got all the new spark plugs in, all the coil packs are back in place. Now it's time to focus on that oxygen sensor. And you've got to disconnect it first. It's the upstream sensor. We're gonna get to it with the car lifted in the air, but first I gotta get my hand back here. You can't hardly see it, but it's right there. Somebody's already been in there. That yellow tab is off. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna unplug this, push it, pull it out. That was too easy. Then right here, this should just, let's see if we can just wiggle this out here. Come on, there it is. There it is. This is your upstream sensor. And now we can get the car up in the air and get that sensor off and the new one in. All right, the car is on the lift, and I forgot to pick up an oxygen sensor tool. I did notice there's a lot of liquid down here, and it's coming from the car. It's the air conditioner drain tube right here, so that's fine. It's supposed to come out of that hose. What I did is, I don't know if you can see, but I've got a crescent wrench, and I never use a crescent wrench, guys. But this is a particularly difficult area to get to up here. As you can see, there's not a lot of room. You can come at it from this way. There's the oxygen sensor I'm trying to get to right there in the center of your screen. That's going to be fun. Like I said, it is a very tight fit. I may possibly have to drop down the exhaust again to be able to get to it, but I'm going to focus on getting that out right now. Well, it is just my luck. I forgot I had a drawer with other wrenches in it. It's a Pittsburgh 22 and a long one at that. So I was able to get up there with her, and I think we got the old girl ready to come out now. Oh, there it is. Boy, I can't wait to see what this looks like. But it's, oh, my goodness. I'm gonna have to get that wrench back on it. My light fell out, so forgive me. Whew. There she is. Well, I mean, the thing about oxygen sensors is, you know, typically you can't just look at them and go, yep, that's bad. You know, honestly, it looks fine, but from all the pressure that was in there and all of that heat, I'm just going to assume this is bad, because that's what the codes showed us. Wiring all looked good on it. Take a look, pins and everything. It's hard to see in there, but pins and everything look good. So I'm pretty sure it's just a bad O2 sensor. We'll compare it to the new one sitting right there and make sure they're the same. Then if they are, we'll install it. So here's the new one compared to the old one, and they look absolutely identical. Plugs are the same length. I've already checked the plugs are the same. This is going to go right back in there, and then we can clear these codes, and hopefully once we put the windshield wipers on, this car is going to run better than ever, and it's going to be ready to go down the road, short of having a quick detail on the interior and exterior. This is a great car. It's one that I'm truly very excited about. I'm glad that I found it. I'm glad that I got it for such a good deal. And I'm glad that I'm going to be able to turn around, fix it up relatively cheap, send it down the road to its new owners, and hopefully it will last them a very, very long time. It's one of those cars you're proud to own and you're proud to sell. All right, the detail guy's here. He's ready to get started. So we got a couple things left to do. Air filter. Let's pop this out real quick, see what she looks like. Honestly, doesn't look bad, but we have a brand new one, so, well, yeah, close enough. Here we got our new STP filter. Let's pop this out of the way. Looks relatively clean in there, other than a little bit of dirt and debris. It's not too shabby. I think she'll be fine. Throw the new filter in. Boom. What an easy car to work on. I almost hate saying that because something is inevitably going to go wrong, but this is super cheap and super easy to maintain. Well, I think we got everything buttoned up under the hood, so we should be good to close it up now. I'm really counting on this thing running the way it's supposed to. That's why I went ahead and closed that hood. Everything should be fine. We do need to change these windshield wipers real quick though. These things look, I mean, these things actually look pretty bad. It's supposed to be a button you push. I've got the little door open, and then surely there's something, right? Or do you just slide it down? I'd better use two hands for this. Against my better judgment, I'm gonna say it was way too easy. It literally just slid off. I think the new one, you just kind of get it in here and you just gotta line it up. That's it. There you go. Oops, might wanna move this one out of the way. One down and one teeny tiny one to go. Second verse, same as the first. This has got a little door you open up, and then you just kind of, just like that. Be careful, you don't want to break the windshield. I like to set it down gently. And then this one, you've got to pick the little adapter. One's a bigger one, one's a thinner one. So figure out which one this is, attach it to here, we'll slide it back on. We can call this a wrap. Well, I've just run the diagnostics, and we have only one code on the engine. We do have an occupant detection sensor on the passenger seat that's giving us a problem, but I already know what this code is. It's the same one that popped up before. It's going to simply be the upstream oxygen sensor. We'll go ahead and read it just to verify that that is what it is, because I've already replaced it. And we have oxygen sensor circuit bank 1 sensor 1, a P0030. We're going to get out of this. We're going to get out of this. We're going to just clear all the codes, give it 2 seconds, quick erase. We should see everything go away except for the occupant detection sensor. And then we can fire it up for the first time. We should have no check engine lights. There we go. The engine pass, no fault. That's what I want to see right there, guys. That's what I want to see. So now we can take this off the door, set it up here out of the way. We'll unplug my OBD device, shut the engine or the car off, and let's fire it up. She should be really happy. And check engine lights. That's a no. No more check engine lights. So she's happy with her new oxygen sensor. Really, there's nothing left to do but to take it out for a spin. Let's get to the, there's the fuel economy right there. Hopefully you guys can see it. 31.2 miles a gallon. That's what I've been getting with the AC on, with the upstream sensor bad and with bad spark plugs. So now with a nice little tune-up, I think she's going to drive great. We're going to take it out, get it on the road. Then it can get a detail, and once the detail's done, we can close out this video. It always had a very, very slight hesitation to it. Nothing crazy, nothing scary, just you could feel a tiny little miss, especially under load with the air conditioner on. So let's roll up the window. Let's turn on the AC. There we go. Let's back out here. I gotta mow this lawn, guys. It's really bad. It's like, it's really, really bad. Oh, wow. Oh, it feels like a whole nother car again. I should keep it. I should keep this silly little car. You know, the thing is, though, I only paid a couple $1,000 for it. It's worth around $8,000. Supposedly, it's worth $8,800. Now, a vehicle's only worth what someone... Oh, wow. Oh, yeah. No hesitation anymore. None. That was great. I wasn't flooring it or anything. And I mean, it's obviously, it's not a speed demon. It's not a super fast car, but it gets down the road under its own power just fine. And I know a lot of you are just not going to believe me, but I enjoy this car. I have been driving it. Let's see. Let's go down and see how far I've driven it. 200.2 miles since my last fill up. Or no, that can't be right. Well, apparently I've reset something somewhere. So I can guarantee I've driven it at least 200 miles since I bought it. At least. I've been using this thing on the daily because it gets such great fuel economy, and it's actually a really comfortable car. Jessica and I have been using it. It's been doing great for us. Great fuel economy. There's nothing like filling up for $32. You know what I mean? And being able to pull over 30 miles a gallon average on your commutes. I love this little car. Let's get it back to the house. Let's get it cleaned up, and let's see what she looks like when on-the-spot detailing gets finished with it. And just like that, it is a brand new day. Well, I guess it's not a brand new day. It's the end of a brand new day. I had to get out of here. There's the SL600 sitting there. We brought the truck out today in the trailer. I had to drag all the lawn equipment out, and we took care of this yard because it was looking bad, guys. Like, the cars were back to grass growing up over them and stuff, so we had to clean this place up. Now it looks like $1 million. Speaking of looking like $1 million, we can come and check out the Kia Forte that was detailed. I had to leave, so I didn't really get to see what it looked like when he was finished, but well, there you go. I know there's not a whole lot of sunlight out, but dang, man, that thing actually looks pretty slick. I knew it was going to clean up. I did. Wow. Oh, she came out looking right, guys. Man, you know what I see when I look at this car right now? I see money. Because there's no way I shouldn't be able to make some money off of this car now that it's looking as good as it does. Well, as long as the inside looks as good as the outside does, we should be good to go. Let's take a peek at the interior. Oh, it's still a little wet. Yeah, it's still a little wet. Oh yeah, okay. Yeah, so you can clearly see there's some staining on there. I hope that goes away as it dries, but it's definitely wet there. It's definitely still wet, probably because the windows were left up. It looks good, guys. It does. Man. Hopefully this car brings us some money, because we lose so much on the channel so often. It's nice when every now and again you can actually turn a profit. Take a look in there. She came out decent. What do you guys think? I'll tell you what I think. I need this. Not bad. Not bad. On the spot detail. He also came out and took care of the Range Rover for us too. The Range Rover, man, I got to get that wheel and tire installed. I've got the new tire already. Obviously, I got the wheel. I just got to get down to Walmart and have them install that tire for me. Put that wheel back on. This thing's gonna look like $1 million, guys. She cleaned up so nice. Let's see what the inside looks like. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Man, doesn't smell like cigarette smoke anymore either. I still got to get a battery for it though. Not bad. Not bad at all. Now this thing looks right. Yeah, I think we're going to be able to... Oh, it smells good. I think we're going to be able to make some money on this one too. I do. It looks so much better than it did before. It runs like it's supposed to now. All I got to do is get that wheel on it, throw a battery in it. This is going to be coming up for sale. It's going to have to really soon. The Kia Forte, however, I forgot to tell you this. There's a story. I'm not going to get into it here, but I'll kind of give you a preview of what we'll have to come back and talk about at some point. The the auction that I bought this car from, I noticed I didn't have a title for it, because this car is ready to sell right now. I'm ready to put this one up for sale. As soon as I do a couple more things to this one's ready for sale. That one is already up for sale. All right, so I got cars moving, but I noticed I didn't have a title for this. So I got a hold of the auto auction. I said, hey, I got this car I put money into, and I'm ready to sell it. I don't have a title. And they said we think we may have lost it. And I haven't heard anything back from them since. They said, we're looking for it. And I said, okay. Well, I've had this car over 20 days, guys. 20 days at this point. Over 20 days I've had this car. It is ready to go. And there's no title. What is that? Like, I don't know. What does that mean? Hopefully they get the title, because without it, I can't sell the car, so I've got a car just sitting here. Anyway, I'll come back and I'll do a separate video on that. Hopefully that gets resolved, because if not, yeah, I'm stuck with a car that I should be able to make a pretty good profit on, and you know, I won't be able to make anything off of it. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to get out of here. I hope you enjoyed today's video. Not too long, and I think we got quite a bit accomplished. If you did, hit the thumbs up button. I would truly appreciate it. Definitely drop your comments down below. If you're not subscribed to the channel, well, consider hitting that subscribe button. I appreciate that as well. Till next time, stay safe out there, everybody. I look forward to seeing you all again very soon in the next one.